I've spent a huge chunk of my life thinking about one thing: how not to screw things up. People always want to ask me for the secret to success, hoping to hear some complex formula or some earth-shattering insight. But the truth is often disappointingly simple. A huge part of our success comes not from all the smart things we did, but from the stupid things we continuously, systematically, and relentlessly avoided. Of all the stupid things you can do, the very dumbest is getting tangled up with the wrong people. The cost of that is far more expensive than any loss you'll ever see on a balance sheet. On my blacklist for partners, there are always two types of people. I don't rank them because they're both equally lethal. The first is the person of flawed character. The second is the muddle-headed fool. Now, I'm not talking about ordinary people who make an occasional mistake. I'm talking about the ones who are rotten to the core, the ones who are fundamentally wired wrong. You avoid them like the plague. This isn't some moral high ground. It's the first rule of survival. Asterisk, asterisk. Partnering with a dishonest person is like pre-ordering a catastrophe. Asterisk, asterisk. Let's talk about people with character flaws first. These people are often incredibly smart and charming, which is what makes them so dangerous. They make you feel like you're getting the deal of a lifetime. The future they paint for you is as bright and sunny as a California afternoon. But you have to remember my words. When you sit down at a poker table with someone who has no moral compass, you've already lost before the first card is dealt. Now, why? Because you're not even playing the same game. You're following the rules while he's getting ready to flip the whole table over. Do you think a 300-page contract drafted by the best lawyers is going to protect you? That's just naive. I've seen countless perfect contracts end up as a pile of worthless paper. To a dishonest person, a contract isn't a promise. It's an obstacle to be navigated. He'll spend all night studying it for loopholes while you're innocently holding up your end of the bargain. He'll put all his energy into figuring out how to squeeze more out of you, not how to make the pie bigger for everyone. From the moment you sign, you're not partners, you're adversaries. You just don't know it yet. The costs of a partnership like this are invisible, but they spread like cancer. You start losing sleep. You have to constantly be on guard, double-checking everything he does. Your company turns into a battlefield instead of a place for creating value. You thought you landed a great deal, but you've lost the most precious assets you have, your focus and your peace of mind. Now, finally, when the inevitable betrayal comes, you'll find you've lost far more than money. You've lost time, you've lost opportunities, and you might even have lost your faith in human nature. From any angle, it's a total, unmitigated disaster of a deal. So, our rule is simple. If we have the slightest doubt, even a whisper about a person's character, we walk away immediately. I don't care how tempting the deal looks or how much profit it promises. It's like seeing $100 bill on the other side of a highway with traffic barreling down at 100 miles an hour. Only a fool would run out to grab it. We choose to wait safely on the sidewalk for the next bus that will take us where we want to go. That kind of patience is one of our core competitive advantages. Asterisk, asterisk. Working with a fool is a relentless drain on your intellect and energy. Asterisk, asterisk. Now, let's get to the other type, the bona fide fool. If working with a crook is a high-stakes gamble, then working with a fool is a war you are guaranteed to lose. And you'll lose in the most exhausting, soul-crushing way possible. The true genius of a fool isn't his lack of knowledge. It's his incredible, almost supernatural ability to make the simplest things impossibly complicated. He will create endless, pointless problems right when you need to be focused. He'll make decisions that are utterly incomprehensible and then defend them with a twisted logic that even he doesn't understand. He will pour precious resources into the most idiotic projects. He's like a black hole, constantly sucking up your company's time, money, and opportunities. Now, what's worse, you can't reason with him. Remember this sentence, and it will save you countless hours of frustration to win a rational argument with a fool. It's impossible because his worldview isn't built on reason or logic. Trying to persuade him with facts and data is like reciting Shakespearean sonnets to a rock. The rock won't be moved, but you'll have a nervous breakdown. A lot of people, especially smart people, make a fatal mistake here. They think they have a duty or even the ability to help or change the fool. They'll patiently explain, they'll coach, they'll hold their hand. It sounds noble, but it's actually a particularly arrogant brand of stupidity. You're essentially jumping into a bottomless pit and trying to fill it. Every ounce of energy you pour into it is an ounce of energy drained from your self-energy you could have used to create real value or to work with other better people. But instead, you've wasted it on a rescue mission that was doomed from the start. I made this mistake when I was younger. I'd see a business with potential, but the fellow running it was a complete idiot. I'd think, that's all right. It's a simple business model. Even he can't screw this up. Well, it turns out I had vastly underestimated the human capacity for creating wreckage. A fool can always find a new and surprising way to turn a winning hand into a total disaster. And I learned a lesson from that. A first-rate jockey can't win a race on a lame horse. Instead of wasting your energy trying to fix the horse, you're far better off just choosing a healthy one to begin with. So, when we evaluate an investment, we don't just look at the business model or the financials. We spend just as much time, if not more, evaluating the person at the helm. We ask ourselves one question: are we willing to be in business with this person for the next 20 or 30 years? Look at their entire track record. How do they share the profits in good times? And how do they handle a crisis in bad times? Are they honest with their shareholders? Do they allocate capital rationally? Do they act like a true owner who cares about the long-term future of the business? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then I don't care how sexy the product is or how big the market is. We toss it in the trash can. Asterisk, asterisk. Human nature's weakness is to underestimate the long-term cost of people. Asterisk, asterisk. No, this is hard to do. It's hard because human nature has a massive flaw. We're suckers for short-term gain. When a big, juicy profit is dangled in front of you, all the alarm bells in your head just seem to switch off. You start making excuses for people. Yeah, his reputation isn't the best, but the upside on this deal is just too high to ignore. Or, he's a bit of a dimwit, but this is a simple task. I'll keep an eye on him. It'll be fine. The moment you hear yourself thinking like that, you need to be on high alert. That's not the sound of an opportunity knocking. It's the opening act of a massive headache. It's like agreeing to a decade of chronic stomach pain just to enjoy one delicious dinner. It's a terrible trade, no matter how you slice it. Establishing a strict screening standard for partners is the single most important investment you can make in your life and in your business. This standard shouldn't be written on a piece of paper. It should be carved into your bones. Put character and intelligence at the very top of your list. Yes, you will miss out on some opportunities that look beautiful on the surface. The market will laugh at you. They'll call you conservative, stubborn. Let them laugh. What you're avoiding are the very sinkholes they're all bound to fall into later. Your life, your investment portfolio, it's like a ship. Your job isn't to cram it full of cargo. Your job is to make sure there are no leaks. A bad partner, a dishonest one, or a foolish one is the most fatal leak of all. It doesn't matter how much treasure or how many dreams you've loaded onto that ship. A leak like that will eventually sink you to the bottom of the cold, dark sea. So let me repeat my advice one more time, advice that has been paid for with decades of experience and countless painful lessons. To stay far away from people of bad character and stay far away from incorrigible fools. Save your time, your energy, and your trust for the people who are not only smart and decent, but whom you also genuinely admire. When you work with them, you'll find that building wealth and living a good life are really the same thing. This path might seem slower at the start, but it leads to a place you actually want to be. Your life becomes simpler, more effective, and a hell of a lot more fun. And that, my friends, is true wisdom.